All right, Corey, right now, let's try escaping some of those dreams. Corey, you and I jumped into an early access look at Dreamscaper. This is a unique roguelike we're kind of experiencing here, and it's got a couple aspects that you and I are really kind of drawn into with a lot of games we're checking out lately, dude. They gotta kick it off right with the art style itself. It's so cool, man. Like, I love the art direction that they've taken with the game. There are no actual faces, right? It's just kind of got this silhouette of a face, but yet it's still got this unique cel-shaded almost-esque look and feel to the game. And the way the game is told is basically Cassidy is in her hometown and she kind of goes out in one world, in a reality world, and talks to people and searches for things and gives them gifts. And you know, you got this conversation tree that kind of goes about, but when you go home and fall asleep is when you get into the dreamscape, and that's when things really start to heat up. And then you get into your roguelite experience and you're out there traveling and fighting off bosses and traveling through the world and stuff. Dude, I was hooked the minute I started playing this game. How are you checking out this one?
Well, you know what? I'm going to say I was completely surprised by this one because I didn't really know anything about coming into it. You just said you got to check this game out. So, again, I started up and I'm like, okay, I see why Drew told me to check it out. This game looks like it looks awesome. It just, the art style, it just fits this feel for this game because it has this audio track throughout the entire game that is just so kind of like chill, and I don't know, the whole experience was just very relaxing. But there's a ton of action in this game because when you, like you said, fall asleep, you get into this dreamscape world, and we basically go from room to room fighting enemies. There's puzzles along the way that you unlock, which I actually thought was pretty cool. There's kind of like a minesweeper type puzzle. Like there's just every room had something different. And the big thing I liked is as you start going through these rooms, the more rooms you open and discover, if you click in that left stick, you can fast travel back to any room, so you don't have to keep backtracking from room to room, which these games are notorious for. So being able to have that ability to like quickly just go from like one room and 8 tiles over to the next room that maybe you had to drop some health that you didn't need at the time, but now you need it, like that's super handy in a game like this where you get around. So I don't know, I just like this one just had so many cool features because you're out in this dreamscape world, and I feel like every room there's an opportunity for, you're unlocking almost something new to add to your character, whether it's a weapon or an ability. So there's a lot of really cool kind of just features in this game that kind of make it its own.
No, absolutely. I couldn't agree more. I've always felt rewarded when I was going out. I didn't feel like I just went out and wasted my time. And often with these roguelikes, you go out and then you die, and then you feel like you almost got screwed in a sense. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Where I didn't feel that here. Like, yeah, I died once or twice and stuff, but I still felt okay with the position I was in. And the dev team right off the hop already stated that they're constantly doing updates because it is in early access, right? So the game's not completely finished. So you can kind of be aware of bugs, but overall, dude, I didn't see a bug at all. I had no issues whatsoever. I'm waiting for the next update to come through because, dude, the game had me hooked. It is so enjoyable, so much fun, and the combat I thought was great. It was intuitive, responsive to everything I was doing, and again, the best part about it is I didn't feel screwed over, and that's something I feel a lot with playing the roguelikes. And I get that that's the style in a sense as well, so when you get out there you always get to come back to home base and level up and then venture out again. But I still felt like there was enough reason for me to, when I do go back to home base, to venture back out. And then the play on both worlds too, right? The dreamscape and then the world of reality, to go out to the bar, venture into the bar, and you have a conversation with the bartender, and then you're going over to the bookstore, and then you're going over to the cafe. Like, dude, it was so surprising when I jumped in the game. The game already caught me by surprise instantly with the art style, and like that was right there the draw for me. And then of course I'm like, dude, you gotta play this game. But then from there to actually get into it, I was like, wow, you know what, just thank you to the devs for creating this game, because it is so cool. I cannot wait to see when it's actually finished, because right now what we're dealing with is just it's it's just awesome. Like I can't, yeah, there's nothing bad to say. And in early access, you wait for these bugs, and that's why I said, dude, I haven't found a bug. I don't have any issues. I don't have any complaints.
No,
so for me, I'm in.
You know what? I'm there with you, Drew. I really didn't have any complaints about this game. Again, the only thing you could maybe complain about in this game is early on, maybe some of the enemies feel slightly repetitive, because early on when you're getting the feel for the game, you tend to play the first couple levels over and over again, trial and error style. But the thing that really mixes it up for me was the amount of different kind of weapons that you get. Some of the ones you start off with, some of the ones you unlock as you go through. Like there's just so many different combinations, and that's what really kind of set it apart for me, because when you wake up and, like you said, you go out into this, you know, your reality and you interact with other people, there's kind of goals here. You only have so much time, and everything's based on 15 minutes, 30 minutes, and so you only, at most, I've had up to 3 extra hours to kind of work with, you know, talking to these people. And the idea is the better you get to know them, the opportunity you get to unlock something new that you will then be able to find once you get into the dreamscape. So it's all connected, right? And you can look at your journal back in your bedroom, and that gives you a bunch of information of what you've already unlocked, things you can craft, i.e. gifts for the people that you can give them. So there's all these like different little weird things that you wouldn't have expected in a game like this that are so outside of just what you're doing inside the dreamscape, that it, like, I don't know, as an encompassing like experience, this was just an awesome game.
No, for sure. Overall, Corey, I think you and I absolutely love the game. I know I wasn't holding back on how I felt about it. They also, the devs touched on the fact that it is a controller experience if you really wanted it to be. And I think that's how both of us played it. You did try it with the mouse and keyboard, and then gravitated towards the controller. It fits so well. So I can see this starting on PC, but yet coming to console. And overall, my time with the game has been a blast. This is, again, early access, so I can't wait to see what's in the future of this one. So definitely, you need to check out Dreamscaper.
Nice. Dreamscaper's beautiful art style and soundtrack is definitely going to be what draws you in, but the combat mechanics are solid, and the weapon and ability variety just seems endless in this one. Honestly, Drew and I can't help but recommend this one.